Alrighty guys, we're back at the spawn village and it's time to add my epic build. So after building this on the Patreon server and then doing the tutorials, I've got to say guys, I am getting so fast at building this in. G'day folks, it's Cortezerino. And we almost had a disaster on my Dystopia world. You know my cool door? Well, the redstone for that is just a couple of blocks below this stone right here. And last Minecraft night that is, I don't know what was happening. There were zombies running around up here and a wandering trader was invisible and he must have ticked off something and they ticked off a creeper. And we had a huge explosion here and the redstone was exposed. Nothing was damaged, luckily. But I think that's a good sign that it is about time to build something at the entrance to my base here. We've been living with this tiny bit of snow and this hidden entrance for far too long. I want to get to work on a castle. And I actually started work on it ages ago here in Creative, and this is not the way I usually do castles. I usually just look at a picture and then just try and make it look roundabout what it should look like. But for this castle, it's based on a real castle in Austria. I found the floor plan and I thought, ooh, wouldn't this be an interesting way to do it? To try and map out the floor plan first and then build the castle around it. And you can see I haven't got very far. It looks absolutely pathetic, but I've just been building up the walls from there and trying to get a bit of an idea for the shape. I haven't even checked if it's the right size for that little bit of hill. It could be far too big and look ridiculous. But I want to start building it. And that's what I did with my great big castle in Dystopia. I didn't have this castle fully designed or anything. I'd only designed one tower and I just began the build and it turned out pretty awesome. So I think that's what we're going to do. First I'm going to see if that thing's too big for up there. But if it's not, I think we're just going to start and just build it in survival and see if we can come up with something cool. It won't be as cool as this. It won't be as huge as this, but I think that might be the plan. But anyway, we're not going to do that this second. Let's get back to the spawn village that I've been working on for far too long and haven't done very much at all. But as you can see, I've added my great big inn here. And this is what I've been doing for the last 3 days. It takes a day just to gather the materials for this. And yeah, another couple of days to build it. But our little spawn village is coming along. And I wanted to go straight into making another house. So what I did is I jumped onto the Evermore server. And I came here because of our village that we built in the 24-hour build challenge. We did this entire village from scratch, like we didn't even have tools. We just came here with nothing. And yeah, this is what a small group of us managed to accomplish in just one day. It was a lot of fun. And I came here because the houses in my spawn village, I'm actually basing them off the designs that we did here. So I did the first house on that day. I threw this one up. I based this on some photo I'd seen online the day before. And I thought, oh, that's a very easy style to do. So that's what I did. Nice, simple house. And I came here to grab this one. And then I got distracted by all the other cool houses here. So that one was the first one that we did, that I did in the village. And then the other people building here just sort of copied this build style. So all the houses would look similar. And I absolutely love this one by Lilith. It is absolutely awesome. I'll link her channel below if you want to check it out. And you could probably check out her video of her building this thing as well. And yeah, I actually like it better than my house over there. So I think I'm going to thieve it. I'm going to totally steal this one. I'll change it a bit. I'll make it look a bit more like this one so it fits in more with my spawn village, but probably take mine as well. I'll take both of them. Let's see if we can get them both done this episode. So this one, the exterior is all done pretty much, but there is absolutely nothing on the interior. At least I've done the staircase already. Yeah, okay, so we'll put this one in as well. I'll do an interior for it. This thing's 3 stories though. I doubt I'll do 3 stories, but because we were building this so quick, I don't think any of them have interiors. Maybe one house has an interior, but yeah, there's not much done in these at all, so that'll be a fun little project, doing it in... Oh, she's sort of done an interior. So that'll be a fun project. I'm going to take this into a creative world and start messing with it, and hope she doesn't mind that I'm totally thieving her build. And I don't know which house I'm going to build first, whichever one I finish in creative first, I think. And we'll find a spot for it, and we'll put this in a nice little time lapse. And I'll get it done as quick as I can, because I want to check if I can put that castle up near my base.
I saw another day, only to scream into the night. Nothing ever tries to change, even if I want to realize.
Okay, this castle does not fit on the mountain. We need a plan B. So even though there's a bit of a flat area down there, it's certainly not big enough. Half of that castle was disappearing into the hill, and that's where the base is. That hill's all man-made. It's a cover-up for my storage system. So yeah, maybe 2 big castles would have been a bit much anyway. So perhaps I'll design a little monastery or something. But yeah, we can't do it this episode now, which means I definitely want to get 2 houses done over here. And you can see we've got the first one in, and you'll notice my hotbar down below. It's full of funny materials. I got carpet, I got bookshelves. In here we've got tons of stuff, because last night I was all set up to do the time lapse for the next building. I've finished designing the whole thing. All my shulker boxes are in here with the goodies ready to go. And just as I was about to start, the power went out. And now I'm really running out of time. I wanted to have both houses all done so I could give you a bit of a tour, but we're going to have to tour one of them. I'll try and get the other one built today, and so we can still get this video out today. But here it is. I've made just a few changes to the house, and it's fully done on the interior. And I was actually tempted to go onto the Evermore server and do the interior on Lilith's house there, but I think I've changed the dimensions just a tiny bit too much. The house, I think my house is a bit smaller or bigger, I can't remember. I was moving the walls around, but it's looking super cool. We've got a little water tank on the side there. And, oh yeah, you would have seen the docks I did as well. So we needed something for the waterfront here. This took an immense amount of time for some reason, but it is looking pretty cool. I tried to design a little boat, but there just wasn't enough room, and all the little canoes I was designing were looking a bit silly. But yeah, let's go into the house. And this one is the watchmaker's house, because all of these are shops. We've got the... What is that? That's the alchemist? Is that the alchemist? That's the alchemist. That's a tailor. That's an inn. So we're in the centre of the spawn village here. So this is where all the shopping's done. So this is the clockmaker, watchmaker, whatever he is. So this little tower section, I've turned this into the workshop. So we've got a few clocks up on the walls. He's working on a compass here. So yeah, I thought that was just a cool little idea for a house. So we've got a little dining table here. I've kept the staircase where Lilith had it in her build. And we've got a little level change and come down into a kitchen. And this sink here, that actually, the tap lines up with the water tank on the other side of the room. So I thought that was a nice little touch. so we can keep going up to the next level. I've kept the wall where Lilith had it in her build, and I've kept the bedroom pretty much the same as well. But I've put a nice little balcony out here so we can look down onto the town square, or circle. Mine's a circle. Close that up, and what have I got over here? Yeah, so the staircase to the next level's up here where Lilith had it. So I've got a little, sort of like a library sitting room where you can read your books. And if we come up here, it's just an extra bedroom for the kiddies. And I didn't put an attic in this one. I've got a little trapdoor in the ceiling, so if I've got my scaffolding, I can sort of poke my head up there. So it's like in normal houses, you've just got a little hatch in your ceiling and you have to pull a chair over to get up. I didn't put anything in here because I actually forgot. And then when I started doing the time lapse, I realized, I haven't designed anything for here. Oh well, we'll just keep it bare. So there's nothing in that ceiling at all. So thank you very much, Lilith, for letting me borrow your house. I say letting me borrow your house. I just took it and I said, by the way, Lilith, I love your house, and sent her a screenshot of this one with the castle up the back. So yeah, it's made it into Dystopia. So anyway, guys, I have a lot of work to do. I'm a day behind in my building, so what I wanted to do was build that original first house that I built on Evermore. I want to build it over here. And because we've got the docks, I want to leave a great big open space here. I've got a bit of raised earth. I want to have a crane going down to the docks. I don't think we're going to get onto that this episode, but I can definitely at least get the house in over there.
If I changed everything, the way I walk, the way I breathe, will my fate shift into the night? But here I am, same old thing, sinking deep, no ecstasy. Reality haunts the living mind. If I saw another day, only to scream into the night.
I've built so many houses in the last few days that I'm actually getting lost in them. I don't know them that well. But yeah, my little lonely house is finally done. It's all the way over there by itself. But like I said, I'll do some cranes and things here for the docks later. We won't do it this episode, because between building the inn and the power outage, we are out of time. I really want to get this video out today. And I don't know if you remember from before what this house looked like, but I have changed it up a little bit. And that's because it was kind of looking the same as a few of the other houses there. That's kind of the problem with this build style. If you're not careful, if you don't really go out of your way to make the build unique, like I did with the Alchemist here. This one is super cool. Yeah, if you're not super careful, your builds can sort of, like that one over there, looks very similar to that one there. And let's take a quick pop over to my other medieval village. So I don't really know if I have a medieval style, because this was pretty much the first time I really tried building medieval, but if you're going to say this is a Cortezerino style, then this is it. So the style I'm building over there is different. It's because I wanted to definitely separate that these are one people, and the village over there was built by completely different people. So you'll notice with this village here, all the logs that frame the houses are pretty much built into the walls. But in the spawn village, all the logs you can see are sticking one block out from the walls. So it's a small difference, but it does make all the difference in making this village look completely different to that one over there. So the designer of this build style, so the guy who built the house that I based this one off, the first house I built, is a guy called HRZY Builds. I'm just going to call him Hersey Builds. It's a lot easier to say. He does sort of, it's all this style, but it's sort of fantasy building. So picture the inn, but with towers and spires coming out of the roof. They are super cool. And yeah, he did this framing with the logs that I've copied here. So all the things with the little logs poking out everywhere and the arches. I got that from him. So if you like this style and you want to learn it, that is the place to go. I'll link his channel in the video description. He's a relatively new YouTuber, but he's putting out videos pretty quick now. Putting out videos much quicker than me, so it's not just by coincidence that I spent so long on just these 3 houses that it's been a week since my last video. I'm actually doing that on purpose now. I want to put out a video every Friday, so usually I leave about 5 days between my videos. I'm going to extend that to 7 just because I want to do a lot more time lapses, and putting out videos too quickly, I don't really have time to design cool things. So I've started designing a Japanese fort, and I'd love for that to be my next video. So hopefully I can get that done in the next 7 days. But in the meantime, let's go in here and have a look at the house. So it's fully furnished now. We've just got a few lounge chairs, just a little lounge area. I always like to put my rugs in there so we can hide our lighting underneath. And through here, I've turned, this was the bedroom on the Evermore server. It's now the kitchen. And just on the other side of the wall from these furnaces, we've got a little miniature chimney. So this was kind of an afterthought. I thought, I better put a chimney in, but I can't be bothered building a huge one. And I thought, a lot of houses probably would have these tiny little chimneys like that. So I don't know, I thought it was interesting. And if we go up to the next floor, we've just got a tiny little sort of lounge area here. And I've put a great big bedroom in this one. So I don't usually have enough space to fit in the grand bed like this. But yeah, this room was just big enough. And this time I actually did remember to do an attic. So we've just got a ladder going up to it. And yeah, just a few random things scattered around. And that'll do us for today, guys. It's probably a bit of a shorter episode than usual, but my building fingers are tired, and I'm sick of building medieval. I want to get on to some more Japanese builds pretty soon. But our little village here, a little spawn village, is definitely coming along, and I just need to put up some defensive walls because these pillager patrols are absolutely killing me during my time lapses. See if you can rewind the time lapses and spot where I was attacked. It's pretty nasty. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'm Cortezerino, and I'll see you later.